everyone. Welcome to our today's Skill Hub session 6. So before we begin today's session, let's start by acknowledging the country. So we acknowledge, recognize, and respect the elders, families, and forebears of the Gadigal people of the Aryan Nation, who are the traditional owner of the land where Sedimet is located. So before we begin, community projects have the power to create real, lasting change. But behind every successful initiative is strong planning, meaningful collaboration, and a clear vision for impact. So today we're exploring how community-driven projects can support social inclusion and empower individuals, particularly within diverse communities. To guide us through this meaningful session, we are honored to have Dr. Hui-Ling Wang, who is our senior lecturer from the Sedimet Business School, with us today to share her insight.
Okay.
Thank you.
Welcome, everyone. Thank you, Cutie, for the wonderful introduction. So today I want to talk about community project management. But rather than focusing on budget, schedule, and reports, I want to show you how project management can help people feel included and connected. I will use a real project involving migrant and refugee women to show how a simple physical activity program becomes something much more meaningful. We already acknowledge the country, thanks. So can physical activity build a community? Let me begin with a question. Can a swimming lesson, a walk, or yoga class do more than improve someone's health? The answer is yes. So for someone who has recently arrived in Australia, this activity can provide an opportunity to meet people, build confidence, and feel less alone. A lot of us are international students. I think you can feel the same experience. You have no friends, come here, you are new to the new society. And we are talking about those migrants, refugee background women. They have suffered a lot. So let's talk about project success. So first, what is a project? In simple terms, a project is a planned piece of work with a clear goal, a timeline, and available resources. So in business terms, we believe a success project is meet the profit mix, you achieve your goal. But we always look at the triple bottom line. You can see there's people, profit, and planet. So a success in community project is not always measured by profit. For this project, success could mean that a woman who arrived in Australia without a friend now had a group of people to meet, weekly exercise, and they can have friends to invite to picnic. So this is a different and very human way of measuring success. Now, the community project life cycle is very similar to any project life cycle. So a community project has several stages. We need to identify the need, plan the activities, deliver the program, managing risk, and evaluate the results. However, there is one important difference. We should plan with the community, not simply for the community. So listen to what do they need is really important, rather than just plan without listen to our stakeholders or our participants. So the people participating in the project should have a voice in how it's designed and how it's delivered. So the application, I'm going to give you the example of the project that I did before. So it's called the Healthy City Initiative. The project actually supports women from migrant and refugee background living in regional Australia. Many of these women experience social isolation and had a very limited community connections. So community organizations, which is Healthy City and SCARF. So those SCARF is particularly for migrant refugee people. So those institutions are being involved. And there's a health promotion officer, here, and the multilingual workers from SCARF. And her role was eventually organize interpreter for us when we're conducting research. Instructors, you can see some picture later on, and university researchers, which me and my colleagues, at that time we work together. So the original goal was not just to increase physical activity, even we know it's good for people. It's more about the project. Can we create friendship? Can we make our participants more confident? Can they have a stronger sense of belonging? So we have 55 participants. Majority are from Syria, 32%, 32.7%. The primary age is 31 to 50, but we have as old as like 87 years old. The most people already been in Australia more than 60 years, more than half of population, the group. So even they have been here for more than 6 years, but they haven't really made a lot of friends, even built into these communities. So now, before I'm telling you more about the projects, I think it's really important. Initial stage is start by listening. So every project begin by, sorry, it should be this second. So every project begin by identify the needs. So for this project we just mentioned, healthy city projects, we try to understand what's our participants' needs. So we already have a clear idea what we are going to do, but by listening to them, for example, many participants were mothers. So without childcare, they couldn't participate in this activity. And also, with the school holiday, they cannot come to join this kind of activities. So take all this consideration. We have to think about how can we support our participants, because this project is for them. Like I said earlier, we need to plan the project with them rather than just for them. So then this is how we plan with community. In this planning stage, we consider it with the cultural, safety, confidence, and physical ability. So some women need culturally appropriate swimmers. So we actually did a lot of work to search where can we purchase in those swimming wear for a particular group of people. Some older participants need a volunteer to work with them because they work with their working plans. So we take into this consideration and we actually try to understand what they need. And we plan our project. So the project, right, run over 2 years. And we follow the New South Wales school term. So during the school term, we don't have a project. And after the school term, during the school holiday, we don't run this project, only during the school terms. It begins with the low barrier activities, you can see. By walking, gentle exercise, and yoga. And then later on, participants could try activities besides difficult, like swimming, bike riding, beach volleyball, and so on. The gradual approach was important. Participants were not pushed into difficult activity immediately. They were given time to build confidence. Evaluation also continued throughout the program, so the team could learn and make improvements. And mind you, most of our women are from Muslim background, so we really have to understand what's the cultural needs for those participants. Now, the stage is the third stage. We need to execution. So then the activity begins. Participants join working group swimming lesson, and from the stage 1 and gradually gently going to yoga, bike riding. And there's many interesting stories about bike riding I'll share with you. So then we kind of have yoga exercise. Swimming is something really interesting. A lot of our participants never swim before, particularly the swimming outfit is major concerns. And a lot of women also never do the bicycle riding. Their children may have done in Australia, but back to their home country, they never ride the bicycle. Let me share some. So I put this one is how we monitor. Another interesting things we have figured out during the course of research, they need the transportation. So some of them unable to come to the venue. So we actually give them some Uber voucher for them to come. And some volunteer actually go to pick our participants from door to door. So we go to pick up them. So when you plan some activities, your project, a lot of things happen on the way. So you just have to try to solve the problem, try to some solution to do it. Another issue we happened was a language barrier. When we conduct research, they couldn't really understand English that well. They can do more day-to-day communication. So we actually, in the middle of term, we revised our research proposal, go to ethic approval. We actually involved interpreter. They call mobile advisor to help us interpret, translate our documentation for our participants to do. Even we don't know, I mean, a lot of them don't speak English that well, but throughout the course, they're actually getting to know each other well. And I'm going to share more of the story with you later on. So about the bike riding program is really interesting. One story I actually remember really clear was the mother and daughter didn't have bike. So this was the first time they ride a bike. So the trainer actually run those bike riding course for school kids. And then they actually say they have some old bike, but still able to ride, but they don't need it anymore. So they give the mother-daughter 2 bikes and they make them so happy. And this is, I thought it's really nice of the trainer. Thought about if an old bike, we're now going to use it for our company and we can give away. And then a mother actually told us they never ride a bike throughout her life. She probably is like 40, 45 years old because it's a big no-no. So in their family, the parents, particularly father, brother, would not allow girl to ride a bike. So she was riding the bike and she was really happy and she feel the freedom. She actually told us she feels so good. And then she actually also tried to get some second-hand bike. And she's happy her daughter can learn the bike and in Australia enjoy their life. Okay, now the stage 4, you can see a circle here, is we need to managing risk and monitoring the progress. So the program also faced a lot of challenge, like I mentioned earlier. Transportation was the issue, swimming outfit was the concerns, and childcare and so on. Some participants actually experienced the language barrier, I also mentioned. So others afraid of water, so unable to go to ocean. So we actually make stage by stage. We go to swimming pool. This is the female instructor with only female participants. With the early morning, so we design the time for, and we also help them to purchasing the for Muslim women to wear the swimming suits. So we make them feel comfortable. They don't feel they are different, which they are not. They really enjoy whatever they need to accomplish, whatever activity we want them to do. So this is really, everybody has a wonderful experience. They really enjoy it. So this project uses interpreter to help us to interpret. We even design pictures about feelings for our participants to explain how they exactly feel. So because we are conducting research, we need to get a really accurate information from them.
Yeah, but make it a little bit.
So we also have we prepare coffee and tea, biscuits, some small healthy food for them before and after the activity. And later on, we actually realized language is not really concerned. A lot of participants they really don't understand a lot of English, but they are show the gesture. They prepare their own coffee. They are so generous. They come here, they see we prepare some healthy snack, fruit, biscuit, and so on. They actually brew the food. And I thought they are such a wonderful, migrants to Australia that bring energy to Australia. And you can see they are such kind, generous people in their community. So it's really important sign for us to see they are no longer just attend the program. They actually beginning to create their own community. And I was feel very fortunate to be part of community with them. So here you can see, we did a lot of surveys. So you can see earlier it's kind of different stage with different surveys. And mind you, this is a formal research program. So we actually have done a participant information sheet and then basic approval, consent form, and so on. So you can see 70% of participants feel healthy. So physically they feel good. And it's surprising to see 90% of people actually emotional feel better. They feel nice to have 81% feel they are making new friends. So all this figure to show us this program actually successful. This is what and they all want to have the next round to have a similar project. Now, let's talk about social capital framework. We are evaluating the impact. So when we evaluating the project, we did not just count the number of sections or participants. We actually look at what had changed in people's life. I did mention about how friendly participants want to involve us. They even invite us to a picnic, bring coffee, invite us to their house for dinner. So this woman report, so they themselves actually report they're making friends. They feel more confidence and become more connected to the local community. Some begin make outside the program for picnics and other social activities. They are not just meet their own people from the same country, they actually meet from the people from different countries. One participant in the report actually believed that the new network might eventually help her find employment. This outcome show the project success continue long after the activity has finished. So building social capital. Some of you might have heard about social capital. Social capital actually has 3 different things. We have bonding, bridging, and linking. Bonding happens when women with similar experience support one another. So there's a kind of story like we do yoga. It was a lot of pain, like physical pain, because the walking may be okay. The yoga actually, they give us really difficult posture after the second stage. It was really pain. So we all tell each other our experience. We all laugh out and we kind of share the experience to support each other. So even there's some language barrier between the participants and even between the researchers. But because we can show our emotion with the pain from the exercise, we kind of feel connect with each other more. This is bonding. A lot of women from refugee background, they are from different countries, but they have similar experience. So they actually share some story between each other. There's also bonding with each other. So in college, if we both are students, so this is bonding us together because we have a similar experience. Bridging means when participants deliver relationship with people from different culture or different background, that there will be bridging. I did mention about the pain from the exercise, there's bonding, but I'm the researcher, I'm the students, and some of them are house mother. So our experience are different. This is bridging us. So make us have understanding about each other, even we have different background. So at work, right? You probably is maybe in the work, we have similar experience. We all work in the same organization, but because you are in accounting, I'm in marketing, it can be bridging. So now linking is interesting. Linking happens when participants connect with the organization, service, and people who could provide further support. Do you remember the story I was telling you, the instructor, which teach us how to do yoga posture and so on. The swimmer instructor also give us the experience. They don't have similar experience because they are doing so easy, but for us are difficult. So we are in different group, different experience. Lingers, the riding bike, the instructor, actually the organization, they provide the riding bike. They actually give our participant free bike. So this is not bridging anymore. It's linking. So linking is for participants from different organizations and from different service, different experience, we combine together. So I think in CineMeds, we can think about this social worker students. If you go to placements to other organizations, that is linking. So think about that way. So for participants, they are refugee background women, but because we have relationship with this physical activity, our relationship actually building together, not just bonding, not just bridging, but also linking. Remember, once participants actually believe this experience might give them some job employed in the future. So together, this we may call relational wealth. So it's all about relationship, right? Between your own experience, between the different experience, but with the different culture, different background, or different organization. So those relational wealth are very, very important. This is how we build our social capital. Okay. Now, we are building through shared experiences, like earlier I did mention about bridging, right? So I did also talk about the shared pain, like really painful, and we all really laugh out, enjoy. Those may sound like small moments, but the shared experiences are powerful. The activity gives women something to talk about, laugh out together. Over time, this simple moment hold a friendship developed. And this is about building a close language barrier. Language difference sometimes may be really difficult, but if you can smile, you can use the gestures. They come have coffee, drink. As you drink more, the gesture, the body language make you make friends. So the physical activity gives us another way to connect rather than physical activity itself. Lots of physical activity can be walk, swing, exercise, laugh together without needing perfect English. So, but we actually build our relationship not just by talking, but by doing things together. So this is how shared activity are very powerful in effective in community projects. In 2024, in CineMed annual research we did, I did provide these posters. I shown this for you. We actually published one peer-reviewed journal article on this project. So what the research shows, so I just show this project was supported through academic research, but behind the theory and research finding are real women. They are real friendship. They are real change people's life. The project shows that care does not replace good project management. Although project management is important, you need to have clear idea, but you remember you need to plan with the community rather than plan for them. And care is the key. Care make a project management more responsive, inclusive, and effective. I'm towards the end. So the main message is really simple. I already mentioned, let's just sum up. Community project management help us turn a good idea into meaningful social change. It requires, I mention again, planning, resources, risk management. But it also requires listening, so flexibility and care. The project never being step by step. It always have something happen. You just have to solve your problem by listening. Or you think is, can you think about your own community project? Ask yourself, who are we listening to? And what are we doing to help them feel that they belong? And then in CineMeds, any great idea, share with our student support team, and we will help you to make this happen. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Willing, for a very nice session, informative session. And students, if you wanna ask some question, this is the right time. The floor is yours. Especially for social work students, you might have a question regarding community project because it is one of the requirements for your placement. So if you're interested or if you want to know more, you can ask question right now to Dr. Willing because she is very experienced with our expertise. And not only that, if you guys are interested, we also have ISLA program, especially for students, international students who can firsthand learn into the project management, public speaking. And I think those are the first small steps you need to, or you might need to take for your skill building. And I see Haley typing. If you have question, please throw. This is the right time.
And
If-
please feel free to reach out to me. I am here, going nowhere. So any social worker student, business student, IT, welcome to discuss any project you have.
Not only that, how about you share your experience, how you started? Yes. She said, sorry, I cannot talk. Do you want me to unmute your mic if you feel comfortable speaking rather than typing? Yeah. Yeah. Just let us know. We can unmute it for you. Oh, okay. She is working. She's in the session. Wow. Thank you, Haley, for showing your enthusiasm into today's session.
Yeah, thanks for coming, Haley. So lovely to
Yeah.
listen to your voice.
Yeah. Anyway, so how about because we still have few more minutes, how about you share your own personal experience, how you started like one of your own projects or if there has been any. Yeah.
It's
How
me, my
about
question, is it?
yeah, it is for you.
So this one is there's a research opportunity. So we were approached by Healthy City Ilawala. So they want us to provide, initially was a report on this, how can we help our participants? So they got a research grant for refugee women. So particularly from Muslim background, and they have their own friends, but not a lot, and they are pretty isolated. So this is why we were thinking, how can we combine health with the community, with making friends, and then also research to publish a paper. So that's why social capital ethical care is our research idea. But this I said, a community project is really helping our community. So listening. So we actually conduct research before we starting this project. And I totally enjoy it. This is a 2-year project, and it happened during the COVID. So we have to stop COVID. People have to wear mask. One interesting story, which I love those participants. During COVID, we have to follow the protocol. So half the term we didn't do, but we still need to complete the project. So wear mask, you're not supposed to hug. Those participants come to us immediately hug me, hug everyone. And we said, please do not hug. But then they had, no, don't worry, we'll be all right. You'll be all right. They just hug. So I think, yes, interesting.
So do you want to share any tip or tricks to the students, how they might, prepare themselves mentally, physically for their community building in future?
Yes, I somehow feel a lot of social worker students are going to placement, right? Even IT or business, just in all students. I think for what different is in community project management, you really have to listen. So I think ethical care is one key point which I emphasized today. So ethical care is you care your participants, understand what they need. So our success is not that final complete. We have a KPI. It's really what they need. So we fulfill their needs, and then we make efficient with the project management knowledge, with available resources. So we make it happen. But I think it's so important to emphasize the participants' needs. This is advice I can give you.
That's a very good one. So I believe students have class later on because it's already 12:30. Thank you so much, Dr. Willing, once again for agreeing to for this webinar session. I hope to see you soon in our next sessions as well. And thank you so much, students, for joining today's session. So before we conclude, I just wanted to make a small announcement that on week 9, we're having employability session. So whole week it's for your career guidance. So we'll be having a LinkedIn profile building session on Tuesday, hosted by Dr. Kim Ji. So if you're interested, we'll be providing, I think, more than interest. I would like to mention it's mandatory for students to learn about how you can build, socially brand yourself in LinkedIn profiles. Not only that, we will also be having session on Wednesday regarding your career planning. So please join those sessions next week. We'll also be having a photo booth session where you can get your professionally taken photo. So without, I don't speak much now, but please join week 9 and we'll see you there. See you all. Bye. Thank you for joining today's session.